Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into OAuth2, a protocol that's quietly powering much of the internet's authentication. It's surprisingly complex, but incredibly useful.
I've used OAuth2 countless times, logging into sites with my Google account, connecting apps to my GitHub, but I've never really understood the how or the why. Let's unpack this.
Exactly. The beauty of OAuth2 is its simplicity for the user. You just click a button. But under the hood, it's a sophisticated dance between several key players. Think of it like this. You, the resource owner, have valuable data, your GitHub repos, for example. You don't want to give every app direct access to your password, so OAuth2 acts as a secure intermediary.
So we have the resource owner, the user, the resource server, like GitHub, and what else?
Right, we also have the authorization server, which is like the bouncer, and the client application, the app requesting access. The authorization server issues access tokens, temporary credentials that let the client application access specific parts of the resource server on your behalf, without ever seeing your actual password. Clever, huh?
I see. Interesting. But before OAuth2, how did things work? What were the alternatives?
Well, the old way was often sharing your actual credentials directly with the app. Think about the security nightmare that creates. Now, no access control, no easy way to revoke access, and a huge security risk if the app gets compromised. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying. So OAuth2 solves those problems by introducing these access tokens. But there are different ways to get those tokens, right? Different flows?
Absolutely. The most secure is the authorization code flow, especially with PKCE, proof key for code exchange. It's a two-step process. The app redirects you to the authorization server, you grant permission, and then the app exchanges a code for an access token. PKCE adds an extra layer of security for public clients, preventing code interception.
Okay, got it. And what about the implicit flow? I've heard that one is less secure.
The implicit flow is simpler but less secure. It sends the access token directly in the redirect URL, making it vulnerable to interception. It's generally not recommended, especially for confidential applications. It's mostly used for public clients that can't securely store secrets, like JavaScript apps running in a browser.
So a trade-off between simplicity and security. What about other flows, like the client credentials flow?
The client credentials flow is for when an application needs to access resources on its own behalf, not on behalf of a user. Think server-to-server communication. No user interaction is needed. It's straightforward, but only suitable for trusted applications.
And what about the resource owner password credentials flow? That sounds risky.
It is. It's generally discouraged. The app directly receives the user's credentials, which is a huge security risk. Only use it if you absolutely have to, and understand the implications. It's a last resort, really.
I see. So the key takeaway is to choose the right flow based on the security needs and the type of application. And always prioritize security.
Precisely. And don't forget about refresh tokens. They allow the app to get new access tokens without requiring the user to re-authenticate, extending the lifespan of the session while keeping individual access tokens short-lived for enhanced security. It's a whole ecosystem of security measures working together.
This has been incredibly enlightening. I finally understand OAuth2 a bit better. Thanks for breaking it down so clearly.
My pleasure. And remember, listeners, if you want to delve even deeper, check out the resources linked in the show notes. Until next time, this is Tech Bytes and News, signing off. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.